Hello, I'm Kyla and welcome to the Infinite Library. I've just woken up, it is the morning of the 14th of November and the Goodreads nominations for the 2023 awards are out. So you're going to have to deal with me looking like trash because I've just woken up and a bit croaky because I'm still dealing with a cold, but we're going to have a look together to see what they are. I did a little video a while back where I attempted to predict the fantasy and horror nominations for this year. Take it all with a grain of salt. I didn't do a massive amount of research. I was just kind of going off what I thought I'd seen a lot of and what I suspected might be in it. So we're going to find out together exactly how wrong I was. Okay, so here we go. So I can already see, thanks to someone on my friend list who has voted already, that one of my suspicions is on here. However, it's in science fiction, not fantasy. Oh no. I mean, I guess that is probably what I'm going to vote for sci-fi. And also good on Francis for voting for what I thought was one of the best books in the year. But it looks like it was ended up in sci-fi, not fantasy, so I'm already wrong. So let's go have a look what else there is. God, I'm really excited. So I'm going to go through these one by one and then I will go through and try to ignore where it says the nominees on my shelves. Okay, so let's go. We'll go through it even though I don't know all of these other ones that well. So this is Best Fiction. Wishing Game. I was expecting to see that on here. I saw something about Hello Beautiful the other day. Tom Lake. Yeah, I was expecting to see that. Big Swiss. I thought Big Swiss was going to be horror. But I think I'm just watching the wrong reviews for it. Mame, Yellowface. Oh, Shark Heart. Didn't know that was going to be on here. That's nice. So, yeah, I'm not going to vote on this one because I have read literally none of these. So, let's move on. I don't expect to know much in historical fiction either. Okay, Lady Tan's Circle of Women. That one I knew about. Wayward. Okay, that means that. Where is it? So I had thought that this might end up in fantasy or historical fiction. It ended up in historical fiction, so this is not going to be in the fantasy ones. Wrong on that account. Right. Mystery and thriller. This is where I'm going to see some of my horrors. Yeah, there we go. Only one left. I was like, is it thriller? Is it horror? I wasn't sure. It's thriller. Any of my other horror picks on here? Oh no, okay. So I may have only been wrong about the only one left, so that's something. I've read nothing else on here, so I'm not really a mystery thriller person. I do want to read Bright Young Women though, but romance, I'm not going to vote on this because I've likely read none of these. Love theoretically is probably going to win though, just from what I've seen. I've also heard a lot about Happy Place, 7 Year Slip, Practice Makes Perfect, but not good things about this one. So yeah, that's all oh, we've got romantasy now. Oh, that changes things. They've added a new category. Oh, that changes everything. Yeah, so Jennifer L. Armentrout is not going to be in fantasy now because she's got her own category to be in. Oh god, is Fourth Wing going to be in this? Or is it going to be in fantasy? So, okay, Jazzed Hair. Hurricane Walls, that only just came out though. Fourth Wing! Oh no, that means it's not going to be in fantasy. I mean, good, in a way, because that means that something else has a chance to win other than Fourth Wing. Zodiac Academy, that came out this year. Or it's continuing, I guess. I didn't know Assistant to the Villain was romantasy. Okay. Foxglove King. I've seen Throne of the Fallen, I think. Otherwise, I have absolutely no clue about a bunch of these. Oh, I've seen these around a lot. This is like is this the Married to the Magic series? No, this is just called Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. I'm curious. It's the 8th book in the Zodiac Academy. Damn, that has been going a while. Jennifer L. Armentrout has 2 books on here. So I guess that answers my question about if an author can have more than one. Also, as I thought, Iron Wing came out too close to the release date to come into any of these to have good voting. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Fourth Wing may still get it, but I've been hearing a lot of people really loving Jasted Hair, and the Hurricane Wars has been getting a lot of hype, as has Foxglove King. So it may actually get a bit of stiff competition. I kind of don't want to vote on this one though, just because I've literally only read Fourth Wing, and there's a few others here I want to read. I do want to read Assistant to the Villain. I want to read Foxglove King. Jasted Hair I have on my shelves, and I've heard really good stuff about it. Hurricane Wars, I don't know if it's my kind of thing. It's like the Raylo thing is what I've heard a lot of people talking about it. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to vote for it or not. Is this the Hades Persephone author? It is, yes. I didn't know the third book was out. That has automatically thrown me. So let's finally see what's in fantasy and see how wrong I was. I'm hoping some of my suggestions are on here. Okay, so Trust of the Emerald Sea. I was expecting to see that. Oh, so I grabbed this beforehand. The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Martin Lawrence, because I had a suspicion it was going to make it on here. And I forgot to say it in the nominations, but yeah, it's on here. Okay. Starling House, I didn't think of that one just because it's only just released, so I thought it was gonna miss that barrier. I'm getting it soon, I think. Day of Fallen Night, yeah, I was expecting that. Amina El Sarafi, currently reading it, absolutely loving it, so it may end up being my choice, actually. Oh gosh, there's a bunch here that I didn't think was gonna make it. Last Tale of the Flower Bride? I thought that was going to be in horror. Interesting. Okay, anyway, let's go through the rest properly before I get distracted. Okay, Atalanta. I didn't think that was going to make it on here, even though I knew Electra was popular, just because I've not heard anyone talk about it. Stone Blind, which is the Medusa retelling. We're getting a lot of, like, Greek stuff on here, which I'm not mad about, but I just didn't think these two are popular enough to even make it on here. No, they've got good ratings. So, Inkblood Sister Scribe. I vaguely heard of this one, but yeah, not really much, honestly. When did it come out? Oh, May. Okay, I've like heard nothing about this one, honestly. I know the title. Yeah, I'm glad Amina's on here. Yes, Emily Wilde, was expecting that. The Newbie Schwab, was expecting that. Witch King. So I know this one was a book club box. It was Illumicrate, I think. It was Illumicrate or Fairyly, but I think it was Illumicrate. And I've not really heard anyone talking about it. So I know Martha Wells is popular because of the Metabot series. But I didn't know if her new book, Who's a Fantasy, Witch King, had actually got much hype, but it's on here. So, yeah. Oh, there we go. I was expecting Cassandra Clare, Soulcatcher. Not going to be my rating, honestly. I have read more since the recap, and I am just past the halfway point, and I am not having a good time with it. So, yeah. One of the Many. I've heard a lot about this one recently. I think this one's only just come out as well. So, oh no, it was back in May. Why am I only hearing about it a lot now? Okay, this one I never thought of. Salman Rushdie Victory Road. Not heard of that. I know Salman Rushdie, but I've not heard of this novel at all. Hellbent. Yeah, I was expecting that. Oh, interesting. We did get Bookshops and Bone Dust, which is the prequel to Legends and Lattes. Someone commented on my video and said this one likely would be in here. And I was just kind of skeptical because it hadn't even released at that time of my video. And it has released now. It released only a couple of days ago, funnily enough. Yeah, it's got 3,000 ratings at the moment. It's actually sitting below the average of where it should be to get into the rules. No, it isn't. It's sitting above, sorry. 3.5. I was thinking it's 4.5. So it has got a good rating, but it hasn't got very many ratings yet because it only just came out. And I'm still waiting on my copy from Broken Binding. So I don't even know if I can like read it in time to be able to vote for it if I like it a lot. So yeah, I'm glad it made it in because I loved Legends and Lattes, and I hope the prequel is as good. So, and then we've got 3 that, again, I didn't think of any of these. So, Adrian Wrong, I didn't know she had another book out. The Unmaking of June Farrow. Oh, it only came out last month. That's probably why I don't know about it. It's a magical realism, apparently. Okay, I'll check it out. Then we've got Venko, which I've briefly heard about. And then Clytemnestra, which, is it a Greek one again? So that means we've got 3 Greek ones on this list. Yeah, it is. It's another Greek one. So still really popular, apparently, Greek mythology retellings. So yeah, that was not at all what I expected was going to be on here. I'll put a graphic here again of what I thought was going to be on here. But of the ones I thought I predicted successfully, I'm not going to count Book It Wouldn't Burn, even though I was like, afterwards I was like kicking myself, like that should have been on there. But Tress I got right. Day of Fallen Night I got right. Adventures of Amina El Sarafe. Last Tale of the Bloodbraid ended up being in the wrong category. So was Fourth Wing. B. Schwab. Emily Wilde. Hellbent. Swordcatcher. And yeah, the rest I didn't. So I got 7 right out of the 20, which isn't as bad as I thought it could have been. It does, however, mean that my TBR for this month has drastically shifted. So, because of these ones, I wanted to try and read all of them. I've read barely any of them now. So my hold for Tress is ready to pick up from the library at the moment. I was never going to read Day of Fallen Night anyway, because I haven't read Prior the Orange Tree, and though I know you can read it regardless because it's like a prequel, I wanted to read Pyre first. I don't even know if I'm bothered about reading Atalanta right now, to be honest. So I'm currently halfway through Adventures of Amina El Sarafe. I've read Emily Wilde's. I can't read Fragile Threads yet because, again, even though I know it's a new trilogy and I don't need to necessarily have read the previous series, I want to. So that's that, I guess. I have not read many of them, and there were a lot of surprises. And I'm actually kind of happy because this means that this is going to be a much more interesting voting period than I thought it was going to be. So I've literally only read, finished 1 of these, and I'm halfway to 2 of them. So at the moment, I would probably have to say, even though I'm only halfway through, Adventures of Amina El Sarafe is probably going to be my vote. But I'm going to not vote just yet. How long have we got for voting this period? I can't remember. But anyway. So yeah, that was a surprise. Pleasantly surprised in some ways. There's some books that I didn't think were going to get hype, which I hope now that they're in here will get hype. So that's nice. So, science fiction. Martha Wells. Some Desperate Glory. Yeah, I would expect to see those. Starter Villain. I didn't even think this was out yet, but I guess it is, and it's in here. Chain Gang All-Stars. Oh, there we go. Pierce Brown. I realised this also the other day. I was like, damn, this is going to be in sci-fi, not fantasy. So, that explains that. In the Lies of Puppets. That is probably what I'm going to vote for because it's one of my favourite books of the year. And this book I didn't even think was even out yet either. The Jin Bot of Chandaport. The Tchaikovsky book is probably going to be up there. Ascension, Land of Melkopony, The Future. I've heard of all of these, but I haven't read too much sci-fi to be able to give a good opinion, honestly. I didn't even know Chain Gang All-Stars was a sci-fi, so that's fun. So yeah, okay, horror, here we go. Let's see how wrong I was. I already know that at least one of my picks didn't make it in here. 2 of my picks, even. Okay, this is looking a lot more like what I thought it was going to be. So, Grady Hendrix, yes. Reformatory, yes. Dead 11. Rouge. I predicted all those. Vampires of the Norte. Monstrilo. Black Sheep, I think I picked. Her Little Flowers. I don't know this one. Silver Nitrate, yep. Mr. Magic, yep. Lone Women. This was something that someone else commented on my video was going to be on here, so good job to you. You were right. Yeah, House of Good Bones. Oh, interesting. They did put Holly in horror, even though I'm pretty sure it's a thriller. So, okay. Our Share of Night. This person who predicted this also predicted this. I got this one really wrong because I saw that it was published in 2019, which it still says here. So I was really confused as to why it was also saying 2023, but I'll investigate that. But apparently it is 2023, not 2019. So it made it into this. Sisters Lost Nation. I was expecting that. Don't Fear the Reaper. Did I say that one? I think I did. September House. I've been hearing a lot about this lately, so this doesn't surprise me now. I don't know Becoming the Boogeyman. My Darling Girl. I've only recently heard about this one. And Natural Beauty. So I did much better on horror than I did in fantasy, which is really funny because I thought I knew fantasy better, but apparently I know horror better. So of these ones then, I got... How many did I get right? House of the Haunted House, Reformatory, Dead 11, Rouge, Vampires of the Norte, Monstrilo, Black Sheep, Silver Nitrate, Mr. Magic, House of Good Bones, Sisters of the Lost Nation, Don't Fear the Reaper, Natural Beauty. So I got 13 out of 20. So, not bad. I'm impressed with myself with that, honestly. So, young adult fantasy and science fiction. Let's see where I was wrong. Divine Rivals, there we go. I really thought it was adult, but someone did tell me that it was YA, and I really wasn't sure. So yeah, they were right, it was YA. So we've got Cassandra Clare Chain of Thorns, which was also where I was wrong. I forgot that it's YA, not adult. That was the whole deal with Swordcatcher being Cassandra Clare's first adult fantasy, because previously it's all YA. So yeah, those two are in here. Holly Black, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, Spice Road, good. I'm glad that's in here. Why does that bind? Not heard anyone talking about this. But I am really intrigued by it, so interesting to see it here. Stephanie Garber, I didn't know it was YA. Chloe Gong, Foxglove, What the River Knows. Oh, Song of Silver Flame Like Night. Didn't actually expect to see this on here. But that's fun. Silver in the Bone. I've heard no one talk about this, even though it's a book club box. I think it was it Fairy Loot that did it? Or Illumicrate? I can't remember. I don't think Scarlet Veil was even out yet. When did it come out? I'm studying Drowning. I'm glad that's on here because that one looks really good. Oh, September. So, yeah, some books I'm really happy to see here. Some books that are surprises. So I'll probably end up voting for Divine Rivals, but again, there's a lot of books here that I know of but haven't read, unfortunately. So, okay, young adult fiction. Oh, Together We Rot. I thought that was going to be in horror. Did I put it in my horrors? Or did I leave it because I thought it was YA? I'm not sure. I didn't know that Ali Hazelwood's newest book coming out is YA. So that's interesting. Oh, I read this earlier this year. It was okay. Yeah, I've seen quite a few of these ones around. Wow, these like mystery thriller YAs are really getting popular at the moment. Is this 2 for Holly Jackson? 5 Survive. Oh, 9 Lives is Maureen Johnson, never mind. They just look like really similar books, so... Yeah. Okay, there's some books here I'm actually interested in reading, so... Okay, debut novel. I don't know what's going to be in here, but I'm intrigued. Oh, Shark Heart. I've heard a lot about this, so this one might get it, actually. Monstrilo is a debut. Wishing Game is a debut. I didn't know that. Bandit Queens. Oh, interesting. So both Wayward and Ink Bloods to Scribe are debuts, as is Chain Gang All Stars. There's some really interesting books in the debut. So, yeah, good job to these authors that are bringing out really good first books. I'm kind of wondering if Frances White is going to be in here next year for their Voyage of the Damned book, because that's releasing in January, so we'll see. Nonfiction, I'm going to be clueless about this. I don't generally read nonfiction, so I don't expect to know any of these. Yep, don't know any of them. Okay, memoir autobiography. Is it going to be Spare versus Britney Spears? But also, I know that the guy from Friends passed away, unfortunately, earlier this year, and he had one out. So I'm wondering if that is kind of going to bring him in. Oh, Paris. Of course, she had one out, and I actually heard it was quite good. There you go, Britney Spears. Pamela Anderson had one. Interesting. Oh, Living Remedy. I've seen this around, but I didn't know it was a memoir. Yeah, there he is. Spare, Page Boy. I forgot about Page Boy. Not my favourite, honestly. I liked it well enough, but it wasn't written well enough for me to... I actually forgot it was probably going to be in here, so whoops. Okay, history and biography. Probably not going to know any of these either. Have I seen any of these around? Oh, it's an Elon Musk book. No. Oh, The Wager. I've seen this one. But, yeah, as you can see, I don't watch a lot of booktubers that read non-fiction either, so... Humour, I'm not going to know any of these. Oh, Quietly Hostile. I've seen this around, though. Oh, sure, I'll join your cult. I want to read this, actually. This one looks interesting. And that's it. Okay, so I was looking again at the Goodreads Awards and some comments online, and I did think the categories didn't seem very much, and they have gotten rid of a whole bunch of categories. They've added romantasy, but then they've got rid of poetry, they've got rid of graphic novel, and middle grade. And I don't understand why they've done that. Especially graphic novels, like, they're so popular right now, and I feel like they need to have, like, some kind of recognition. Like, I'm not really a poetry person, but for those people that are, you know? So, yeah, I don't quite understand what they've done with that. It's really weird. So, yeah, that was really interesting. Really different from what I thought it was gonna be. That romantasy category completely overthrew all my, like, plans and suspicions. I was gonna vote on this, but I need to, like, have a think now about what I'm gonna vote for, because things are not where I thought they were gonna be, so nice to see that it has kind of, like, surprised me. I'm actually really glad they've done a new category for romantasy, because it is true that I feel like whenever there is romantasy, it basically just overtakes the awards. So this means that in the future, when we've got stuff like Sarah J Maas, she's not going to be in fantasy. So, I mean, I assume she will be in fantasy rather than fantasy. So that means that it actually gives a chance for, like, other really good fantasy books to get up there. So I'm not mad about this category. I'm sure I actually heard somewhere that someone was saying they wanted them to do this as a category. So really glad they've done that. Whether it was from feedback or whether they just decided that the pattern is too obvious, that it's always romantasy books that end up winning fantasy just because it has such a popular readership. So yeah, that is me reacting to the awards. They weren't how they thought they were going to be. A lot of the books I kind of expected were going to be there weren't there. I'm excited to read some fantasy books that I hadn't even thought about. Yeah, I literally only just yesterday, where are they? Took out 2 more books that I'd reserved, which I thought were going to be on here. Immortal Log is a Dragonfall. And neither of these were in them at all in any of the categories. So, despite the hype I've been hearing about them, they did not make it in. So yeah, that was the Goodreads Award nominations. I'm gonna have a think about what I'm gonna vote for before I vote for anything. I think we have like a week or so, maybe, or a few days until they whittle it down to like the top 10. Because there's so many fantasy books that I did not expect were going to be in here, I might just look at reading the top 10 and get to the rest like later, because there's no way. It is already like halfway through the month. There's no way I'm going to get through all of those at this point. The one that I had already read, Bit of Fun, wasn't even in here at all. So, I mean, I enjoyed it, so I'm not going to be mad about having read a book that I enjoy, but it also wasn't in the nominations at all. So, that's a shame. You may see me again. I might react to when they do the final winners for it, and we'll see what actually takes it. I'm still predicting Fourth Wing to win Romantasy, but my predictions are totally out of whack now as to what is going to win all the others. Let me take a quick look. Let me just go back to Fantasy a second and see what I think is probably going to be the overall winner. I think in that case that the overall winner for Fantasy is either going to be Tress of the Emerald Sea, The Newbie Schwab, or Adventures of Amina Al Sarafe. So I think it's going to be one of these three, because those are the ones that I think have had the most hype. Day of Fallen Night could also take it, but I think Priory of the Orange Tree didn't manage to make it last time, and I kind of suspect it's not going to make it this time either, because I think the other releases are just too big, honestly. For horror, what do I think is going to take it? I don't want Grady Hendrix to take it, honestly, because I liked How to Sell a Haunted House, but it wasn't a winner for me. So I'm gonna guess either Our Share of Night, now that I know it's in here, or Rouge is probably gonna make it. So yeah, those are my final predictions, I suppose, what I think is gonna win. I have to run because I'm about to go to work, so until next time, stay safe, stay cozy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!